Psycho. I'm Bush. It's Psycho Bush. Yeah, welcome.
Badass bitches who love our food.
Oh, hang on. Fuck it.
I swear to God, it's giving me COVID. That's a huge thing. You buy internet stuff. We call each other cunt. We call each other mate, cobber. Also, we do not call each other cupcake. Fucking sitting there like, oh man, that's fucking. Oh, God damn it. We birth human beings from our fucking vagina.
Get fucked.
Get fucked. Fuck, I can do that in my sleep.
Fucking Jesus.
Oh my God. I've got me tea. It's slippery when wet.
One fucking hate the word moist.
Oh, there's the Biscoff. Oh my God, Biscoff.
Oh, Biscoff.
Okay.
Do not go to an Aussie. Love my tacos. They're this bloody shilly.
I have a rant.
Psycho rants. We're going to do the fucking Psycho Bush rants.
Psycho rant. Time for a Psycho rant.
Yeah, so she's giving me the eyes right now. Just straight off the fucking bat, you know.
Fucking savage. Fucking like, follow, share. Bitches. Nah.
Well. What's going on, guys? How's it going? We are fucking back.
Going on, bitches. Long time no see.
Yes, it has been a long time.
Long time no speak.
Yes, long time no speak. Long time no listen.
Not see. Not see. They can't fucking see us yet. God damn it. We gotta sort that shit out quick. Shh. Oh, fuck. That's a secret. Shh.
Oh, shh. Wait on. Well, what's going on, guys? Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, but, you know, we're back. We're bigger than ever. We've just, you know, life fucking happens, okay? You know, life is like a fucking rose bush. You got to watch out for the pricks, and these past couple of weeks we've had a couple of pricks.
Yeah, we sure have, mate. We sure have. But, yes, it has been a while. Shit has been sorted. Shit has been dealt with. And hopefully we can bring back a lot of episodes for you, because we have got a very big lineup of episodes there for you. Some episodes are going to be heated. Some episodes are going to be fucking... You'll be thinking, what are these two on about? Some episodes are going to be just plain and simply... Yeah, righto. We expect that from these two. So, it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So, started off, Matt. What the fuck have you been up to?
Man, I've been going back to the gym.
Yes, I know. Yay.
Yes, I got my ass back into the gym, and I'm working hard. I'm working real hard. I've got myself to a point where I've already lost about 12 kilos already, roughly. Probably around there. Probably gained a lot more muscle.
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take. I've just been going my usual shit, going to the footy.
But like we've said, Matt, when it comes to the gym, it's not about what you see on the scales, and that's what people forget. It's not about what you see on the scales, because scales can be deceiving.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Yeah, that is true, most definitely.
Because why?
Well, you can go by water, you can go by muscle mass, weight of muscle.
Yes, muscle weighs more than fat.
Yes, it does. And
your weight fluctuates. It's always good as a good starting point to measure yourself. Get an old, you know, body tape measure and measure yourself, because you see so much more results in your measurements.
And also, too, if you wanted to...
I mean, what was it, Matt? In the first month and a half, I lost 16 centimetres off my stomach.
Yes, you did. Yes, I was very proud. I was very, very proud.
So was my husband.
But, yeah, no, if you're confident enough, and if not that, also take pictures of yourself, too. of front on, side on, and then you'll be able to notice over the time.
To be honest, I think the best thing is to choose one side that you're really happy with, because sometimes it's on the left or the right, depending on what your good side is. Take one photo with your arms straight up and out so that you can see the progression of your arms, you can see the progression of your chest, your stomach, your hips and your butt and your thighs. And you can also see what people don't notice 9 times out of 10, the progression around your face, right? And then you take one front on with your arms out like you're going, go! So that, again, you can see the progression of the arms, you can see the face.
Exactly.
Those are the best 2 profiles you can take for a weight loss journey. Perfect picture progression.
Oh, yeah.
PPP. PPP. Perfect picture progression. The 3 Ps.
But no, it's been going good. I have been doing an exercise routine that this Sheila here has just been telling me to do. It's been working.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to like me this week, folks. I'm testing his endurance.
Yes, it's going to hurt me. She's going to hurt me, guys.
Yeah.
She's going to hurt me.
I tried it. I actually, like, whatever I'm giving him, I'm testing it first. So I'm making sure that if I can't do it, he definitely can't do it because he's not at the same fitness level I am. So I'm tailoring it to him and what I know that he can achieve and pushing it just that little bit further to see how far we can push him. But I have tried and tested it. We are writing it out tomorrow.
Yes.
And he's doing it. And I'm telling you, my arms are still hurting a little bit. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. My pup is dreaming. She's having a little dream right now.
Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, look. Listen to it. But no, I've been mostly doing stuff that you've been telling me to do about at the last, 2 weeks. I've been doing more weights and strengthening the core, strengthening and toning the muscles, which have been really fucking good because I've been getting a big sweat up. And it's just
but the big thing to mention is how well your day-to-day life is going. The old knee problems that you had aren't presenting issues anymore. No. The old hip problems you had aren't presenting issues anymore, and you're visibly noticing that you're not being puffed out after certain things that used to puff you out.
Well, like I told you last night, people in Australia would know. I walked the entire Marvel fucking stadium outside just while looking for a coffee when I was at the football.
For your mum.
For my mum. And for myself too. I actually felt like a coffee. And I couldn't find not one fucking thing anywhere. But I found 2, one of them, one each side.
Oh, fucking clean up your act, Marvel. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there was only 1, 2, 3 coffee places in the entire stadium.
Oh, 3. Jesus Christ. You don't want us to be alcoholics, and yet that's all you fucking serve, bastards.
Oh, fuck. If you want to talk about that, I've seen probably nearly 15 to 20 of them going around, plus all the food things.
They can make more money out of it.
Especially when they're selling a fucking beer for about $8 a pop. A bloody can of fucking spirits for about $9 a pop that I've seen.
Yeah, that's why Damien likes getting pissed before he goes. Or he makes whoever's taking him pay for it.
Fucking smart. Very smart.
Why pay when your mates can buy it for you?
But yeah, no, I've been going to the boxing. We seen my mate box for the Victorian heavyweight title. Unfortunately, it was a draw. It was a draw. And I said the photo.
It's rigged. They just didn't like him. They're racist.
But I did send you the photos of the night.
Racist bastard.
Yeah. But
you're going to tell your mate that now.
I probably will. You'll probably get a good laugh out of it. But I did send.
Go listen to the podcast, mate. You're being spoken about live on our podcast, and I'm saying that those judges were racist bastards, and that's the only reason you didn't get the ultimate title.
Oh yeah, fucking heavyweight, man. But I sent you the photos of that night, and it was all good.
Oh, those girls. What an ass. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
They had a badonk. Okay. They went all right for white girls. They went all right for some white girls.
Oh, yeah. But anyway. But usual
I feel like Ace Ventura right now. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, mama.
Oh.
We're never going to score. Dude, are we going to score? We're totally going to score.
Oh, fuck. We can get out right hole with that one.
She said butt. Dude, the fucking baby butt heads off. Oh, yeah, babe. Was it butthead?
Yeah, that's butthead. Baby's going to say...
I am the great Cornholio. I need to be for my bung hole. Fucking hell. Okay, on subject.
Oh, fuck. If you want to know what we're talking about, look how Beavis and Butthead do America. That's one of the movies they've done. It's fucking hilarious.
Come on. Surely we don't have any of those fucking stupid woke bastards listening to our podcast. We're too controversial for the little flowers of today.
Well, I actually, just real quickly, I actually looked at the stats of actually who's listening. It's actually our generation who's actually listening. Our age group.
Fuck yeah.
Millennials. Yes.
Yes.
But, yes. Anyway, moving on with the show. What have you been up to?
We're watching you.
I know. That's coming up. That's coming up in the later episodes. But, so, there has been some things heading towards your way. So what's been going on with you lately?
No, fuck all.
Fuck all? Right.
Well, as you know, a lot has been going on, but nothing that can be spoken about on the podcast.
Yes, of course. But one thing...
For legal purposes.
But yes, for legal purposes, nothing can be disclosed or mentioned on
For legal purposes, nothing can be disclosed. I can't fucking stand this shit. But anyway, moving on. I'm just doing my best every day to survive, in this shit ass world,
Yeah.
We really did have it good when we were kids. Like, it was the right kind of world back then, and I thought being a mum, based on like my childhood, everything would be great. And then we've come into this world where, it's just moving on from that. Let's put it this way. Our next, what's our count? 6 episodes that we've planned, guys, are going to highlight a lot of controversial subjects that everyone has been waiting for. What was some of the titles there, Maddie, that we've come up with?
Oh, mate, we've come up with a lot.
Okay, so what have we got? Because me and Maddie have just been talking
ages
about these subjects. Okay, so we've got because this is episode 11. I know it's taken a couple of weeks to belt this one out, but you guys just wait. We've got episode after episode after episode coming out. We've got like dozens of episodes planned.
So this is what's actually...
So episode 12.
Episode 12.
No, first off, just quickly, what is this episode called, Matthew?
Oh, this is the episode that's called Australia, the world's fucking supermarket. With the fucking
Australia, the world supermarket. Right, we'll let you guys chew on that for a minute. What's episode 12?
right.
What's that title so far?
So far, we have got, it hasn't been determined yet, but so far we've got the world served on kids on a silver platter.
Right, so that's a big controversial subject, but basically it's essentially highlighting that we birth and give life to these humans to be told we're not allowed to do anything, but they're allowed to do everything.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, that's a very controversial subject, and trust me when I say, people, I'm not saying these things out of spite. I'm living, breathing the world of it right now to an extent that I am not allowed to discuss, but it is, yeah, it's a hard world out there for parents right now, and what we're doing to these kids, it's not our fault though.
No.
It's these so-called world fucking leaders that are giving into them because they're too fucking afraid of them. Put our generation up there. Put our generation up in the politics. We'll fix it like that.
Fuck, we'll fix it in one fucking day.
Anyway, continue. Episode 13.
Now, episode 13 is... I have to kind of read me home fucking writing here.
He looks like an old man right now, people. Like,
yeah, I'm literally
moving
trying
it
to
back and forth. Like, oh.
I think, because this is a long time ago, we actually figured this one out. It was something to do with Australians homeless or foreign homeowners.
No, so that episode was based around the homeless, where they can go. You know, the homeless people and the crisis we're in Australia right now. We can't speak for the rest of the world, so we are going to speak on what we are. But there is a little bit of a controversial subject from America that we've seen recently that we will be bringing into it. But also in that same episode, there is some of these foreigners that have been coming in, purchasing properties and then fucking back off.
Oh, yeah. They just buy them and then fuck off.
So,
yeah.
There's a lot to eat through in that one, right? So, yes. Episode 14, what's next after that?
Episode 14 is Words Are Stones.
Yeah, so back in the day when we used to say sticks and stones may break our bones, but words can never hurt us. Well, the way that the world is today, guys, words are literally stones these days. So we're going to get into that. And any of you guys that, you know, of our generation that have been through that and have had to have this thick skin on it, but are still living the trauma of it today, you know, this one's for you guys.
Most definitely. Episode 15.
And episode 15, yeah,
is Rebels Without a Cause. Now, that one there is going to be a very interesting episode.
Now, yes, very exactly. Now, people don't know it about our Aussie bushman here, but he is quite the knowledgeable man when it comes to history. Okay, so most of our facts will be based off of his very accurate, very extensive knowledge over historical timelines of riots of the past, how they have worked, how they have protested, and how they were effective compared to today's rebel vigilante acts that don't make sense.
No.
And like, we understand you've got a message, but your methods are doing nothing but causing irritation and annoyance.
And there's no value in what's the argument actually, because there's really no argument. Some of these protesters actually are doing now. There's no argument, no nothing. But moving on from that, because that one there is actually going to be, it's going to be a very interesting episode, that one.
Yep, episode 16.
Episode 16, well, these ones here, these ones here are going to be very interesting. What the meth is going on? That one there is going
okay. So that one what in methamphetamine is going on.
Yes.
That, my friends, is the episode in which we all should grab our tinfoil hats because we're diving down a fucking conspiracy rabbit hole for the poops and giggles of it. And it's all poops and giggles until somebody giggles and poops, okay? So just keep that in mind. Next episode.
The money made man mad.
Money made man mad. Ooh.
Men mad, yeah. But that's not just men like me. That's men in humans.
So that is based off of the old school saying that God made man, man made money, money made man mad.
And if you want to base it off...
So we'll just leave it at that.
Basically, yeah.
Just leave it at that. Move on. Yeah. Next.
Why don't we have arcades anymore?
That's a subject line.
Was that a subject line?
That's a subject. That's a subject line. I'm talking the episode. What was it?
Anomalies, fact or fiction.
Anomalies. That was it. Anomalies.
That one
fact or fiction. So this one's going to be a fun one, going over myths and legends and folklores and we're gonna
experiences.
It's kind of a tinfoil hat method, but it's also like going based off of history. So we're going to dive into it for that. So in conclusion, and there is a couple more that we're not telling, we have a bunch of different episodes lined up already. Now, ready to go. We're not going to let you down.
Now the whole thing is that those episodes are not set in stone which selection they're going to be in. So you're just going to have to wait for it. But that last one I mentioned, that one is going to go into like the Wendigo, the Bigfoot, the ghosts and the
witches,
black dogs and witches and leprechauns and all that type of shit.
Oh yeah, that's going to go down a different kind of rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so back on subject. Now, I haven't been doing much, but a couple of things I've seen have been irritating the fuck out of me. So, the politics I saw on the news a couple of weeks back. Now, we're in a global fucking crisis as it is. But in Australia, we are in one of the worst fucking financial sides in a long time. Right, since the 90s, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, fucking hell, well and truly.
Some of the worst interest rates, you name it. People are struggling. The minimum wage isn't even enough to cover the interest rate hikes. And yet, on the news the other day, what did we see, Matt?
That the politicians are getting one of the largest fucking pay rises in decades.
Second largest. One of the second largest, I think it was. I've got to get the... whatchamacallit. My bloody fucking laptop's fucking up on me.
Oh, bloody
bastard.
But yeah, no, it was on the news there a couple of weeks ago where the Australian politicians have been given the second largest pay rise in decades.
That was it. Second largest pay rise in a decade.
Yeah. And
like, you tell me how that fucking works, mate, because the average Joe can't even put fucking dinner on the table half the time. Can't make ends meet with the rent. Can't do fuck all. And yet the politicians are getting more pay rises, and yet they've only just slightly increased the minimum wage to reflect blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck do these... I just don't get it, right? And every single state of WA, right, there is no cap on rent, okay? Keep that in mind, no cap on rent. But in the ACT, where all the politicians are, in the ACT, there is a cap of anything over 10%.
Right. Well, that does not really surprise me, to be honest.
No. What pisses me off, Matt, is if those politicians took a fucking half of their yearly salary, right? If they took half of their yearly salary, even just a quarter each, you could bring that fucking inflation right down.
Oh, well and truly. Well and truly. And
Like, oh, inflation happens because blah, blah, blah. What about those apartments we saw being built the other day?
the big luxury of
They were
fucking
given,
apartments. Yeah.
what were they given? We were given a certain budget amount
I think
for
you
social housing, the social housing and shit like that, right?
I think you said
And they
25
have
million, didn't you?
already spent they've already spent half of that on an $8 million luxury apartments.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't
And
make
then
no
said
sense.
it benefits the economy. How? They've got marble tops, they've got infinity pools. What average Australian, when there is over 35,000 people on the waiting list for government housing, how is that benefiting people when you could have spent half of that yearly budget and it's only just been fucking released on what the people need?
Exactly.
We need affordable housing. Do you want to know where all these construction people have gone? Do you know why the construction industry is struggling? Because they're doing the government contracts.
Yeah, and I've actually
The $8 million luxury apartment.
and I've just found
That's why
out,
we're not building them.
and I've just found out another building company has just collapsed.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now, not to mention
this is beyond a joke.
And not to mention also, guys, but most of the time, these builders and the building companies in the construction industry are struggling to even build these homes because they can't even get the fucking materials. That's the other issue we've got. And now the other thing they've just brought in from the 1st of July, they've also chucked in a thing where you can get a tax cut, but they've also increased the interest rates. They've increased everything else. The fuel, gas, everything else has gone up. So really, that so-called tax cut that you've got, that you're actually saving some money, you're actually spending in other ways. Because now they've said to you, well, you can have this extra money, but we're going to put everything else up. So that extra money you've got is not going to really do much for you at all. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
So when it really comes to it, guys, when it comes to this government that we're actually currently in, how can Australians can really survive by putting ends meet together when the government are taking all the money anyway to spend it on their own personal gain? Well,
at the end of the day, the biggest solution we've got is that everyone needs to start sticking up to the government.
Yeah. But really,
they can't enforce every single taxpayer.
No, they can't.
Every single taxpayer. Do you know what I mean?
And really, when it comes to if they want to tax anyone, like anyone at all, tax the fucking CEOs who are on fucking $1 million or a couple $1 million a year, or $1 billion a year.
Don't even get me started on that.
And why we're actually on this? Why is it when there is a project that has been done in medical, like there was a project there about a month ago about a bloke who was finding out or doing some testing on how to get your spine work so you can fucking walk again. Why is it that he required $8 million and only $2 million got donated by the government? The rest of it had to be funded by other means. Why is it that the government always have to fucking...
I just don't get it anymore.
No, I don't either. But why can't the government give more?
Yeah, but the thing is what always confused me is if our government has the ability to make money, why are we in debt?
Yeah. That's been one question I've been asking myself for years, sis, and it's...
If we can just make money on a whim like this, why are they saying Australia's in debt? How when you make money?
Because we owe too much money. That's the whole thing. We owe money.
But make more and then give it and then we don't owe. Well,
there are so many different ways in Australia that we can make more money, but the government chooses not to.
No. We print money. We make literally money. Literal money. Like America does. America prints money all the time. Printing money.
Mm-hmm.
Print more money.
Well, if you wanted to go down that line, you have to get the permission of the world's freaking Reserve Bank.
But how does the World Reserve Bank have money?
Because every single country gives the money to go towards the bank to get transferred to other countries when other countries are in debt.
So print more money and give more money to the World Reserve Bank.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
How fucked up it is?
Yes, I know. Now, how do you... Now, just a little bit of history lesson here, just real quick, about printing money. How do you think America got through World War II? How do you think America got
I don't
through...
pay attention to history.
No, well, this is a bit of a lesson to you, right?
You know I'm not good with history.
The reason why America and other countries got through each war, especially America, each conflict, is because they sold their weapons, their ammunitions, their machineries, whatever. They sold them to the countries that they're helping, right?
Mm.
They're not donating it. But, especially in World War II, have you ever heard of war bonds? People actually pay the country. It's the funny thing. The people actually paid the military or paid the country to get more money in. It actually, the Reserve Bank actually gives them money to put their dollar up and to actually make the dollar more valuable and more powerful so they can build more things and all that type of shit. That's how the world works.
It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
If you want to try and make sense of it, mate, you'll go crazy. I tried and it just makes you nuts.
It's just, if everyone in the world stopped paying the World Bank, what's the World Bank going to do?
Shut everything down. Now, I'm not talking about this one particular...
How?
Because money is power, sis. Without money, nothing gets done.
Okay, but what do you mean they're going to shut everything down? How can they shut everything down? If everyone stops paying the World Bank is one place, one entity.
You could say that, but it's also the elite
against the world.
Basically, if you stop paying, say if you were the Reserve Bank, right, of the world, right? If I stop paying you or stop contributing to you, you can tell every other country that is buying my materials, my resources and everything and say, don't buy nothing.
Yeah, but nobody's paying the bank.
If no one's paying the bank, then...
Yeah, but that's what I mean now. If everyone in the world stopped paying the bank, what are they going to do if all of the world is saying, no?
It's the same... Well, we were actually talking about this the other day, weren't we, about gold? If the value of the dollar is lost... let's go down this little bit of a rabbit hole right now, right?
We're not going down a rabbit hole.
No.
No.
Just a little.
Because we're not going to be out this for hours. We're not going to be out this for hours. No. No rabbit hole.
But
I'm giving you a quick, simple solution and you're arguing the toss. You're just as bad as the politicians.
Oh, come on.
You're just as bad as the politicians.
No, I'm not.
I gave you a simple alternative. Stop paying them. What are they going to do? Oh, they're the elites. Most world country leaders have nukes. I'm scared.
If you lose this is what I was trying to explain. If you lose the value of the dollar, then the whole world will collapse.
How though?
Because money bloody is like the blood of the world.
Made man mad.
Exactly. Without money, nothing can get shipped or anything. Nothing can be made.
Bullshit. Back in the day, before money, that's how you worked. It was trading goods and services, not money. Trading goods and services. We can survive without money. We can survive.
Well, we probably could, but it'd be a very hard, bloody transition, that's for sure.
It would be.
Most definitely.
100% would be very difficult. However, it's doable.
It's doable. But, oh, mate, the fucking world
But
is
anyway,
crazy.
we've got a subject coming up for that. Anyway,
Yes.
moving on.
Well, you've actually got something else there written out, and that is Trump getting shot.
Mate, this is just beyond a joke because, I'd mentioned it to my fucking mum and she went off on the automatic tangent, right? Because I said, he's the only, president that has really gotten all the leaders to sit down and agree upon a ceasefire. Right?
Right.
He is the only president who has fulfilled every promise he made at election.
Mm.
And that's a fact. He went through with every single promise.
Yeah. But obviously people don't like him enough to fucking shoot him.
Yeah, but they're the left, from what I've seen, they're the lefties, the ones that hate him for some reason, right?
Well, apparently the bloke who actually shot him was a Republican.
The thing is, right? It's pissed off the world leaders.
Yeah,
the fact that there's been an assassination attempt on him has pissed off the world leaders.
Mm. Even fucking
like,
Biden's
why would you even attempt that? If he's already got Kim Jong-un on his side and all the fucking Iraqi leaders and all of them, and he had all the world leaders on his side, why would you try and shoot him? Why? If you want somebody to fall upon their own sword, let them fall upon their own sword if they are wrong. The only people who don't let a man fall on their own sword are the ones that don't want the truth. They're the ones that don't want the peace. Like, they're trying to silence him. When you think about it, it's a way of silencing. If this shit gets out, like, our secret's going to get out. This is Illuminati shit. This is tinfoil hat episode worthy.
Yeah. Well, we could probably add that onto the list. Onto the subjects.
But moving on.
Well, the first topic that's on our list, and there's actually a bit there, is actually make our food an Aussie-made supply. Which basically means Australian-made, Australian-produced, Australian fucking whatever.
Wait, before we go on, if you guys haven't, make sure you go on our Facebook and like the Facebook, follow along. Because, we can't really post that much if there's not many people interacting with us. And it's not fun.
No,
we want you guys messaging us and commenting on our stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our TikToks at Psycho Witch29 and Aussie Bushman on TikTok. Also, check out our music playlists available on Spotify and on Apple Music for all your Android and Apple lovers. We've got something for everyone. And also, make sure you hit that plus button on the podcast while it's free as of now, because we can guarantee if you join us now that when we do start charging, much later down the track, but when we do start charging, we will make sure that you are not charged for already being subscribed to us. So you've got to make sure you hit that plus button.
Well, one thing
so
I will say
about all these episodes.
One thing I will say is welcome to the new followers on our Facebook page.
Yes.
And also welcome to our next follower on our Spotify that I noticed, and other platforms too. So welcome. Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. That was the thing. Our podcast is available iHeartRadio. So we're with iHeartRadio, which means we're available on Apple, Spotify, Google, which could be YouTube search, and then all these other ones. So we're available everywhere. You can get us everywhere.
Yes, Google is going to be a little bit twitchy for a start off. You might not be able to get us on Google for a start off, but it will be on something else.
No, we'll find a way.
Yeah, I was going to twitch a couple of things because new rules are coming or new bullshit's coming with that. So doesn't matter. We can. I'll soon sort all that shit out. So all good.
We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. But moving on. So you said our topic is Australian foods.
Yes,
That's what we want.
make Australian food again. Yeah.
Yes, we have to do Australian foods. We have to start producing back here in a way. Like, yeah, it's all good and well that Coles gets all the bad products and stuff and renames it after Coles, and same with Woolworths and blah blah blah. But what happened to the old Aussie made sticker? That was the main advertising point of the 90s and the early thousands, was it's Australian made with the Australian sealed approval.
The old golden kangaroo with the green triangle, wasn't it?
The golden kangaroo, yep.
Or the yellow, whatever it is. But
No,
yeah,
it was the golden green kangaroo.
yeah. But no, it's just everything is not getting Aussie made. Like, yes, we do have food that's been grown here and sold here, blah blah blah. But there's nowhere near as much as what there used to be. Nowhere near as much.
Except for Spudshed, he does a good job.
Yes, most definitely. But no, just
well, he owns most of the acreage.
What, down in Western Australia, like most of the farms and that down there. Right.
If you start driving down south, majority of the big crops that you go past that are really well looked after, very green, even in the summertime, are all owned by Spudshed, by Tony Gallardi.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he does a lot for Australia.
Oh, yeah.
He does a lot of charity work. He does a lot. Yeah, he does a lot for his workers. He looks after his staff, gives them all opportunities, and treats them like family. Even goes up to him and he goes and visits warehouses all the time, all over, and he will go in there and he won't just go talk to the managers. No, he'll go walk through the aisles and go talk to this random shelf stocker.
I'm pretty sure his
son's just sit and have a good conversation with them.
I actually seen a little thing over here. Even his son's one of the big head honchos of the company, isn't he?
Yep.
And he does almost the same thing as well.
Yep.
But no,
you've got to respect your workers.
Well, that's the whole bloody thing, isn't it? If you respect your workers, if you love your workers and all that type of shit, they will love you and they will treat you with loyalty and respect. So that's the way it all goes. But the main...
I mean, it's better because otherwise we're exporting, aren't we?
Yes, well, we are
importing, one of the biggest exporting.
We are one of the biggest exports when it comes to the world. Really, when it comes to it, right, is that we are one of the biggest exports of seafoods, materials, everything like that, resources. We basically export everything here in Australia. Basically, we export our seafood, our wine, our meat, our wheats, rye, barleys, hops, everything. Well, we make everything more here, right? So that really leads to other things, right? Is no more exports for cheap prices. Like, why should we be exporting shit for cheap prices? Why are we exporting so much and getting so little back? Like, why are we exporting like 10 ton worth of stuff and getting only 2 pennies for the amount of stuff we're actually exporting? When the farmers...
Well, exactly. It's like with the iron ore. I mean, Australia has the most bountiful lands.
Oh, yeah.
We have the most bountiful lands for minerals and resources and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we exporting iron ore out and paying 3 times the amount to buy it back manufactured as steel? Like, the fuck?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Why can't we buy fucking shit back? Why can't we actually make the steel here like we used to and then sell it over there for the price that we're buying it back for?
Exactly. I mean, it's like lithium. lithium here in Australia. We are, don't shoot me on it, but to my knowledge, from the last time I inquired, we are the main supplier of lithium to places like Japan, Tokyo, and China.
In Korea, yep. We're also the
All of
biggest.
those buy their lithium from us
Oh, yeah. And we're also the
because
biggest
we
exporters of
mine it
gas.
and produce it. Yes.
We're also the biggest exporters and also the biggest, well, in Australia, we've also got the biggest deposits of natural gas. We've
Yep.
fucking got a lot of resources when it comes
We
to
have
iron ore and
so
coal and
many,
gold.
and yet, why? Why is our interest rate so high when we have everything at our fingertips? What are these fucking leaders doing to our country? We are the supermarket of the world. Everyone's shopping from us. Why aren't we like Coles? Why aren't we making billions upon trillions in profit?
Well, it's the whole fact that the politicians and the governments, probably since I would have to say probably the thousands, early thousands, 2000s, I should really point out. That basically the politicians have made up agreements with different countries like China, like America, like UK, like Europe and Asia and all that type of shit for the free trade agreements. And basically we are getting fucking pennies back for what we are actually producing here.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we're selling them raw materials, sending it over there. They're making the steel. They bring it back. We make the shit here. But the problem is with that is that we are getting, like, we're sending over the best quantity of steel or iron ore.
Mm-hmm.
And at say, well, let's just say 80%, 90% of purity of how good the metal is. But once they've actually manufactured it and melted it down, made the steel, blah, 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 they get probably the good. So out of 100%, we get about 20%. They get the 80%. We get the little offcuts and the shit. That's why our fucking cars and our steel is basically getting to the point where it's rusting out to nothing. But the Australian-made cars are still running around today, and they're still fucking good as gold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why aren't we still making fucking cars here? Why did we stop that? Why are we fucking throwing everything to every other country? Oh, so we can have zero net emissions. What good is that going to do when you're making every other country do the work for you? Because they're creating the problem.
Exactly.
Make your own shit. Bring back the factories.
Well, yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Australian-made steel was always the best.
Steel factories. We need to have our own steel factories back. We need to have our own wood factories back.
Well, China was one of the biggest fucking bullshitters when it comes to the wood, where they actually said to us, we're not going to take your wood because there was a bark beetle in the wood. All right, show us the fucking proof. Show us pictures. Show us the files. Show us the evidence why you wouldn't take it.
There was a what?
Apparently, there was a bark beetle. Now, if you want to know more about that, go back to my previous episodes, what Australia needs to hear, and you'll know everything about it with that type of shit too.
Well, look, at the end of the day, we know that transporting, I mean, this is why we have border controls. We know that transporting anything of a flora or fauna material in or out of the country poses a risk of infestation of our bugs, of our reptiles, of our anything. Everyone knows that each individual country has their own delicate ecosystem.
Yeah, that's why we ferment the bloody wood before we send it off.
Yeah, but the thing is if we just made our own fucking wood, we'd be creating more jobs for Australians. Right? If they're worried about the net emissions, then find the alternative, find the proper way to do it.
Find
find better recycling methods. Like you look at that company that me and you discovered that break down limestone from demolished houses. They break it down. I can't remember what it was called. They recycle it basically. They recycle it and they remake it again.
Yeah. They crush it all down and then
they crush it down. They treat it. They stir it. They clean it. They fix it. They dye it, whatever color you fucking need it. But they remake it out of the old demolitioned byproducts.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we doing that with wood?
Well, we have actually got we've grown our own wood now. It's called blue gum. It takes the shortest amount of time to grow. It's the most easiest to manufacture. It's the most easiest to transport. And the thing is that we are exporting that to China. We're exporting that to India. We're exporting that to America. We're exporting that to everyone. But here's the thing. We're also transporting wood chips to be, this is the funny bit. We are transporting wood chips over to America, over to other countries, turning it into dunny roll paper to be shipped back over to Australia from our own wood. Mm-hmm. Now, why can't we turn that wood into pulp and make our own dunny rolls?
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, Matt. Abandoned houses, demolition buildings.
Yeah.
Take the wood, break it up, make it here.
Exactly.
We don't have to cut down trees for it. If we make Australia the best, what's the word? The best country of innovation into recycling methods of all products.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we can find an innovative way to recycle everything that we break down, there's no stopping us. And if we find it in an environmentally safe way that doesn't cause impact to the environment or long-term damage globally or climate-wise or blah, 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 we're winning.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, but...
Well, that's what the government's saying anyway.
We need to stop sending wood out. When we have the land.
Oh, fucking hell.
We have the people that need the jobs. We have the construction industries that are screaming for it.
Yeah.
We have all of these things that are needed here, and yet we're supplying the world when our country is in crisis.
Basically,
we should be, even still, after we get through most of our country's recycling, then we could ask other countries, give us your rubbish. Give us your plastics, give us your wood, give us your ceramics. We will turn it into this and then make them buy it back at 3 times the cost.
Yeah, well, that's a good theory too. If the companies that are actually here are not from fucking other parts of the world too. That's the other fucking problem.
Yeah.
This
is what I mean.
Go ahead.
There's too many Australians out there that have these ideas. We just don't have the funds for it.
No, we don't.
That's the problem. It's beyond a joke.
Well, I'll put it this way. We've got 2 major dairy companies here in Australia at the moment called Fonterra, and which is a New Zealand based. They're leaving Australia. And there's another Canadian dairy producer which is called Saputo. They're leaving Australia. Now, once all those factories shut down, all those workers are going to be all out of work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the wood, now down Gippsland, down east of Victoria, is one of the biggest fucking wood producers and wood transporters or whatever and exporters in Victoria. That's now been shut down. Now, around that area is a whole forestry community. They're all out of work. Even over your way, there is actually been forestry, lumber yards have all been fucking closed down.
Yep. And they're closing down the coal mine too.
See?
They're looking to put a nuclear power plant there. Good fucking luck getting that vote.
Now, when it comes to... Oh, fuck's sake. Closing the statements about the exports, if Australia wants to thrive, basically the politicians have to stand up to these big world bullies. I will call them bullies because they are. They've been pushing Australia around for years, since the 70s. Because we're in America's pocket. There's no word of fucking lie in that. We're in America's fucking pocket. We're in China's fucking pocket too. We're in most of Asia's fucking pocket. We have to really stand up to them to make sure that Australia thrives like it was back in the 70s. Where we were making cars, we were making our own steel, we were doing molten batteries, we were doing everything. But at this point... We
just need to get back to doing what we used to do.
Yeah.
Hard, yakka, working Aussies.
Yeah. And it's also, too, that Australia...
And there was a job opportunity for everyone. That's the thing. There was a job opportunity for everyone.
Like even making our own ships and everything like that. We don't even do that anymore. Not really.
I think we do.
Not as
over
much
at Fremantle Docks.
Yeah, there's Fremantle Docks. There's some over in Williamstown here in Vic. South Australia have just landed a contract milking. Fucking me, my words are fucking up tonight. South Australia, I think, have got the contract to make the nuclear subs, which are going to take nearly 10 years to build one fucking sub, apparently.
That, my friend, is to make sure the front doesn't fall off.
Most likely. If you don't know what we're talking about, we might be able to share the video on our Facebook page and then you'll see what we're talking about. Just good old classic fucking Aussie humour.
About the front falling off and 1,000 ton of crude oil spilling into the ocean. Well, how did that happen? Well, the front fell off, for starters.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to watch that video.
And that shouldn't happen? No. Well, of course not. The front shouldn't fall off.
But it did. But the front fell off.
No cardboard derivatives?
But yeah, no, if you want to make Australia, I'm going to use Trump's freaking saying here, if you want to make Australia great again, then we got to get back to how we were before. It's as simple as that. But talking about Trump and talking about America, we got to stop turning Australia into America.
Now, what's this fucking Starbucks? Nobody gave a shit about Starbucks when it came here because it's just sweet crap.
See, I remember Starbucks when I was in school, so it's been around for a while, but...
Not here in WA.
In Victoria,
we have one store, and it's only right in the past 5 years that it came over.
The first Starbucks I actually seen was when I was living down in Werribee, and that was back when I just finished school in 2006-07. So it's been a while, but Starbucks is shit. It is fucking foul. It's as simple as that. But Australia turning into America is
sweet milk with coffee essence.
Basically, yeah. Especially what it all is.
It's bleh.
Yes, it's blah. It's shit. It's absolutely shit. But why is Australia turning into America? Why are we starting to do what America does? If America says jump, we got to say how high. And bring everything from America over to here. And we are losing our ways. We are losing our culture. We are losing everything when it comes to Australia being Australia. We are losing everything.
100%.
And it's just purely and simply that we're actually, in some ways, if you want to get deeper on it, we're actually losing our fibre
Yeah.
Like, literally the fibre of Australia. And we're literally turning into a country where if you say g'day to someone, it's offensive. If you call someone a mate, it's offensive. Like
I'm not your mate. Don't call me mate.
I've actually been told off by someone before for calling them mate. I think the story was someone done something for me. I said, "Oh, thanks, mate. Good on you." What? Don't call me mate. I'm not your mate. Oh, okay, no worries.
Fucking ease up, cupcake.
Actually, I turned around. I said, take it easy, champ." What?
Well, do you know what? It wouldn't happen if we stopped other countries bringing their companies over. I just kept to the old Aussie companies. If we stuck to the old school Australian companies, this wouldn't be happening.
Well, Holden was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I know Holden back
That was ours. That was ours.
See, Holden was our brand, but we did get the motors from General Motors in America. Yes, that is true, because at the time it was in
but the Holden Commodore was ours. Fucking Aussies don't even know. Fucking not Aussies. Fucking Americans don't even know what a ute is. They call it a fucking truck.
Yeah, pickup truck. Yeah. It's actually funny how they say Commodore. Oh, that's a Holden Commodore. It's like, what the fuck are you?
That's a Holden Commodore. He brought his truck down here.
Apparently it's called a ute. What the fuck are you trying to say?
A ute. They call it a ute. Fuck off. It's a ute, mate.
And, but no, Holden was one of our biggest things. Dairy was Murray Goulburn. SPC is one of the biggest, one in Victoria anyway, of our food and that. There's so many different companies in Australia that are no longer. And just being replaced with shit fucking international companies.
American companies.
American, Japanese, Chinese, just shit, basically.
Yep.
But when it comes to what we were talking about before with nuclear power, now that shit can go either one or two ways. That could either be okay, right? Or it can be like another Chernobyl.
I've always been like, nah. Australia doesn't have nuclear power plants. We don't need nuclear power plants. And then, of course, my Auntie Deb in all her wisdom comes out with, actually, Amanda, WA is really behind in their technology. They're trying like solar panels and they're trying this and they're trying that. Nuclear power has been proven. And I'm like, yeah, but, and she goes, no buts, Amanda. She goes, we already have 8 in Australia. I was like, no, we don't. She goes, yes, we do. We have 8 nuclear power plants already in Australia in the eastern states.
Yep, I found that out.
And they've been ran perfectly fine, quietly, without any issues.
I think the earliest one was 1985.
I made Maddie do his research. Which he was more than happy to do, because when I told him, he was like, what bullshit? Checked it. He was like, ooh, rabbit hole. I'm going to dive now.
When it comes to history, when it comes to shit like that, I'm like, let's get to it.
Here's a rabbit hole with candy. Would you like to go down? Yes, candy.
Wee.
I like candy.
Motherfucker! Just on the way down. But
candy. I like history.
Well,
see you tomorrow.
I'll see you next year, basically.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, with some subjects. Fuck.
Look, I know that you know, I'm on the fence both ways. Like, everyone's scared about the whole Chernobyl situation, like what's to happen down here. But I don't think putting it in a town, like, I can understand why they want to do Collie.
Why is that?
What if I told you about Collie? Okay. What they want to do is, number one, they want to reuse the old coal mine and reconstitute it and reconstruct it into a power plant, because the skeleton for the officing and the control panels and all of the building structures are basically there. So that's a reduced cost in our funding. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, because it's a coal mine, it's already dug out for a core to be put in there, right? Fair enough.
Cheeky fuckers. Yeah.
Right?
That's
They've cut out half
spot.
their costs.
That's a
Perfect spot, okay? But the reason they put it in Collie is because when it comes to Collie, you've got to go up a hill to get in a hole.
Right.
So if there's an issue, where is it? It's located perfectly in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they thought about Chernobyl too, but yeah, look what happened.
Right? No, if you look at Collie and you look where it's located, it's a country rural town of less than 40,000 people.
I think it's like about 25,000.
I think it's less. I think it's less than that, actually. Let me just fact check that.
I'm
Collie
going to guess about 25,000.
population.
I'm going to guess 25,000.
Let me check. LIE. Nope, 7,599 people. It's less than 10,000 people, and that was the 2021 census.
So if anything did happen, it'd be less exposure.
It'd be less exposure, be more easily contained, because as I said, you've got to go up a hill to get in a hole. That was Damien saying all the time, you've got to go up a hill to get in a hole. Perfect space if there was to be a tsunami. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
But if there was like a Chernobyl incident, they could get a pretty quick lock on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd reckon they would.
And because it's so far, it's far enough inland and it's rural enough that not a lot of people would be affected.
Yeah, unless the wind took it.
Yeah, but even still, that's going inland, and there's not a lot of towns inland, depending on the direction. The trajectory paths either way are the most minimal. Minimal casualties.
Yeah, I'm just going by the...
Easily contained.
I'm just going by the fucking documentary I watched about Chernobyl and fucking how it all impacted. I'm just thinking, shit. Yeah.
That's it. So they're being... People think that we don't know what they're doing, but we know what they're doing. They're being cheeky.
They're being cheeky. Saving costs. And actually, how long has that coal mine actually been there for?
Years. Collie was built on it.
Yeah, but well, how many years do you reckon? About, like, rough guess?
Hang on.
What's probably since the 70s, I'd nearly would guess? 70s, maybe 80s?
Although coal was first discovered in Western Australia in 1846, the major discovery was in the Collie Basin in 1883. The Collie Coal Mining District was declared in 1896, and population began in 1898 when the railway extended to Collie. So since 1898.
So the factory would have been produced probably well and truly in the early 1900s, probably 1930s, 40s, 50s maybe. To be actually like a proper factory, like a proper mine, it would have been probably in the 50s.
Premier Coal has mined in the Collie Basin since 1950. Interest was evidenced by the formation of the Collie Commercial Coal Mining Company in May 1890. And the floating of 20,000 shares at 5 negative par.
There you go.
That's from the Shire Collie.
Yeah. So it has been there for a while. So
and Collie Power Station will close in 2027.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, fucking hell. But that's the whole thing when it comes to these emissions and shit. Like, why Australia is so bent on being zero emissions when you have got countries like Russia, like China, like India, like other fucking countries around that area who are producing nearly 10 times as much as probably half a dozen countries put together. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like putting a fucking pinprick in a fucking haystack. Actually, it's like putting a pinprick in a fucking puddle. The only way you're going to make a big impact, if they want to go by this fucking emissions bullshit, if they want to really crack down on it, they have to crack down on the major countries who are making the most fucking CO2, because that's basically what it is, CO2, the carbon dioxide shit in the atmosphere. If they want to really crack down on it, they have to crack down on the United States and major countries like I just mentioned, to really bring it down, because if you're not going to crack on them, you're not going to do nothing. You're going to, like I said, put a pinprick in a puddle. That's all it is. So you're not going to do fuck all. So Australia is big, but we've only got a small population here in Australia. There's not many people here compared to most countries. Like the entire Australian population is the size of New York City. So what the fuck is us going to make a fucking difference in the world when it comes to that? That's one thing I've never understood about that shit either. But that's just the way it is. But
yep.
Now, when it comes to politics and governments and that type of shit, like as we're talking about government being cheeky, we got to stop fucking putting on putting on the major parties and read votes correctly, but also vote independents.
Yeah, you see, that's something that I brought up to you because, again, my auntie Deb, when you vote, like some people that you vote for, you have to understand who they're backing in the parliament. Your only safe person, because what is it? I think Labor has the backing of the Greens currently.
Basically, yeah.
So if you vote Greens, you're essentially voting Labor.
And if you vote Nationals, you're voting
because they're backing. Right. But your best bet, if you want to bet with anyone, is vote the independents, because the more independents that you vote for, the more the independents take seats in government.
Yeah.
If you vote your independents aren't swayed by major parties. They can't be swayed by major parties because they're independents.
Exactly. And do you remember?
So your independents like Pauline Hanson.
Oh, yeah.
They.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're independents.
Yeah. That's.
What were you going to say?
No, I'm just thinking Pauline Hanson, everything this shit, like everyone reckons she's a fucking nutcase, but I'm telling you right now, she was right about a lot of things. She was so right with so many things. And she has got her party, and that is One Nation. From
One Nation, yeah.
But no, the major parties of today are not doing nothing for the actual Australian people. They're only doing stuff for their own personal gain. So why should we put in people who are in power, who are controlling the country, who don't give a fuck about the people?
Give it to the independents.
Exactly.
I mean, what have we got to lose? Okay, we took our chance and went with the fucking Labours. Look where it's got us. We've already done Liberals before and they fucked us up. So why don't we just go out of left field for a change and every fucking Australian go for the fucking independents for a change? See what they can do to fuck it up. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. They might do something good.
Put bloody Bob Catter in there. Shit. Bloody hell! If you imagine, just imagine that. Put Bob Catter in a major party role, a major position, or Pauline Hanson, or one of those type of country, or one of those type of politicians. Pauline Hanson was always out there with everything she said, but the thing was, she was also correct with a lot of things that she actually mentioned. It's actually quite funny, really, to be honest, because really, when you think about it, she warned the government about people coming into Australia, especially coming to Australia. Pauline Hanson actually said back in, I think it was in the 90s, I think it was, we got to be
Something
careful.
like that.
Yeah, I'm bloody sure it was. I fucking remember it. She said, we got to be careful. Now, she wasn't a white Australian, white this, white that, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't nothing like that, but she knew that the migrants were going to come into Australia and almost take over. And they fucking did. They really did. And Bob Catter, he's another fucking nutbar. Well, everything that he's been saying has been fucking facts. He actually is someone who actually gives a fuck about Australia.
Yep.
Like, he really cares about Australia, and the way we do things is the wrong way. It's not Australian anymore. He actually recognised that too, and so did Pauline Hanson. And Pauline Hanson done a real massive stunt in government. She put on, you might have to correct me here. I think it's called a burqa.
She put on the Jewish scarf, the scarf that represented the Jewish students during the Palestinian protests.
Yeah.
She wore the Jewish symbol in the form of a scarf.
Was that the one covering her whole face?
Oh, the burqa? No, that was a different situation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was telling you. That's what I was saying. She came into the government with a fucking, I'm pretty sure it's a burqa. And she covered her whole face. Yeah. And what she said was, see, no one really recognised, or no one really cared that I walked straight into Parliament with one of these on. Now, why are we still allowing this? Now, this is the other thing too, that everyone's saying, if you're going to come to our country, you got to follow our rules, our way of life. We're not going to go to your country and say, you're not allowed to wear them or blah, blah, blah. No, if you want to come to our Australia, you got to follow our rules, our ways. You don't like it? Fuck off. Simple as that. That's basically what the whole saying was. But if you get these independents who haven't got much power and put them in the major roles when it comes into the government, I can tell you right now, the situation in Australia is going to be a lot different, because if you're actually going to get people who are actually been brought up without a silver spoon in their mouth and who have built up their career on getting into the government to get into power and not giving a fuck about what they want for the people, just for themselves. If you're going to get into politics and have that mindset, don't get into fucking politics, because you're there to serve Australia. You're there to serve the people of Australia, not your fucking personal gains. If you're not going to do that, fuck off. Bring someone in who actually is going to give a fuck about what Australia needs and what Australia wants. Don't give promises to us and not fucking fulfill those promises that you actually give a fuck about us. If you're going to do it for your own gains, fuck off. Don't say nothing. Don't even fucking go on to the thing to get into it. And that's the whole thing. Like, we've lost so many leaders in that sense. Like Scott Morrison, he was a freaking twit. Kevin Rudd, he was a twit. Julie Gillard, she was a fucking idiot. Tony Abbott, he was a
don't
idiot.
even get me started on fucking Gillard. Fucking Abbott, old Speedo.
Yeah. The only one who I can say actually done the right thing by Australia was John Howard. And that was only because of...
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Port fucking Arthur. Port Arthur.
He fucked it.
What? How did he fuck it?
He fucked it.
How'd he fuck that?
He fucked it.
How?
Hang on.
He's the one after fucking Port Arthur. He's the one who said, "Bring in your fucking guns. No more fucking automatic weapons. No more fucking high-powered rifles."
John Howard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He's not the one who. He's not the only one who brought in the gun laws.
Yeah, but after Port Arthur, he's the one that actually fucking said it.
No, I think that was a different one much earlier than that.
Which one?
I'm trying to check now. So, to my knowledge, right, from what I've seen and what I can see here, it's my bad because I'm not good with fucking dates and shit. But it was Rudd who fucked it up, actually. But Howard did do wrong by the Australians by putting us into the fucking Iraqi war, by sending our troops over to fight in the Iraqi-Afghanistan war when it was not ours to be a part of.
Exactly.
That's where he fucked up. He fucked up by involving us in, I mean, what would you call it?
I would call it basically a second Vietnam.
Traumatizing Australians, killing off Australians when it wasn't even our fight to start with. But I think all the fuck ups and everything was around Rudd's office when we started going through the recession, and he basically kickstarted the interest rates from back then because by sending out stimuluses like he had to try and keep us out of recession, he drove the interest rates up and the cost of living.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, him and Gillard really fucked the country up. They really fucked us up.
They did. Yeah, they did. John Howard. No, that was my bad.
It's all good.
But moving on. You have to be careful who you fucking vote for.
Basically, when it comes to politicians, fucking oath it does. Politics is one of those things where if you don't do your research in some ways, you don't know who you're voting for. But really, at the end of the day, you don't know who you're voting for, even if you do your research, because if they're on, as I just said, if they're doing it for their own gains, you're not going to get a good politician who's actually going to run the fucking country. And it's been
absolutely
point has been proven multiple times in the last, say, 30, even my lifetime, after 34 years, there's been so many leaders in our time where they have just, like, I'm not just talking about prime ministers, I'm talking about our state leaders and that type of shit have just completely fucked everything. But yeah, politicians are just one of those things where you just gotta fucking, you take it 50-50. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Simple as that, really.
Oh yeah, 100%. You have to do your research every time there is an election. You have to put them out. Now, currently, we do have some independents. So in the House of Representatives of independent members, they're filled kind of the same way as for party members by a by-election, right?
Yeah.
So currently, what have we got here? There's a few here that have won into, like, history-wise, since you like numbers and history and all of that. Like, there's a couple here, right?
Yeah.
Now, currently, these are all to present. So they're all the 90s ones. So currently in House of Representatives right now, we have Andrew Wilkie from Clark, Tasmania, from 2010 till present. Held division of Denshin from 2010 to 2019 when the division was abolished and replaced by the division of Clark.
Yep.
We've got Zali Stegal from Warringah, New South Wales from 2019 to present. We've got Helen Haynes from Indy, Victoria, 2019 to present. First independent to succeed a previously elected independent, Kathy McGowan.
Yep.
We've got Kate Cheney from Curtin, WA, from my neck of the woods, 2022 to present. Zoe Daniel from Goldstein, Victoria, 2022 to present. Who else? We've got Monique Ryan from Kooyong, Victoria,
Yep.
2022 to present. Sophie Scamps from Mackellar, New South Wales, 2022 to present. Allegra Spender, from Wentworth, New South Wales, 2022 to present. Granddaughter of Percy Spender, who also won an election as an independent. And then Kylia Tink from North Sydney, New South Wales, 2022 till present. Now, a lot of the others that weren't selected or elected as independents lost due to pre-selection to majority for the Labor and Liberals and the Nationals, which are all Labor and Liberal parties.
Yeah, and the Greens are getting a few seats too. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to be careful who you vote for, because you don't know what kind of independence you're losing to.
Well, I don't know if
yeah, there's a lot. There's some in the AC, some that have been in from, well, there's more here. There's David Pocock from the ACT, first independent from a territory elected under David Pocock Party. There's a few. Like, I can go down the list and keep going because there's more than half a dozen, but you have to do your research, guys. Make sure you start reading up on it, for the love of Christ. Otherwise, we're going to have some other dickhead running the country. And do you know what? I think we're all a bit sick and tired of these dickheads running the country.
Basically, yeah. Basically, really, yeah. Now,
because I mean, look at the situation with the employment on the backpackers.
Yep.
In trade industries of Australia. There's another thing that's pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
Why, because hubby brought this up, if I'm correct. Why are we employing backpackers in the mining industry?
Yeah. I think it was him, yeah.
Yep. He said the amount of backpackers we get in here for 2 weeks and they're fucked off again. Why are we allowing it? The mining industry used to be so fucking exclusive that you had to know somebody to get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Now, Damien was able to do it on his own. And that is because he went and he started as a cleaner. He networked. He spoke to the right people. He went in as a TA. And he spoke to the right people again, got his tickets, got as an operator, spoke to the right people again, became a belt splicer, left that, is gone back here, and now they want him as a fucking scaffolder.
Yeah.
Now, Damien has done that off his own back.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are backpackers getting in like that? Oh, because they're cheaper. Why don't you stick to fucking fruit picking?
Yeah. Fruit picking.
Leave the mining jobs to everyone that is struggling as it is, that the mining could be the solution to our issues. Because it seems to be the only industry where we can all make enough money.
Yeah, it is. Fucking most likely, yeah. Well, that's the...
if I just don't get it. It's like the whole Centrelink situation. Why don't you just the Centrelink people? You want to bring more prices down? Send the Centrelink people as fruit pickers.
Yeah.
You're helping Australians. You're getting them off Centrelink.
That's true. That's very true, actually.
You want to keep letting fucking backpackers go work in the mining industry? Stick fucking Centrelink benefiters in fruit packing.
Yeah, most definitely. Most fucking definitely. And
And here's another thing. If we want to bring down more cost of living, what was my main idea that I got once again from my Auntie Deb? Bring back the caravan parks. What happened to all the caravan parks where they had little chalets or little caravans sitting there or whatever that you could rent at really, really cheap costs?
They don't do that much anymore. I don't think I've ever really seen one for. Oh, geez.
Like, we've got a couple round here, but it's not enough. What happened to all the old campsites? The old caravan parks? Powered, non-powered, with houses, without houses, with cabins, rentables, trailer parks.
Yeah, bring them back. For fuck's sake.
If we want to be like Americans, why haven't we got trailer parks? I want to be white trailer trash.
Well, I need a caravan park or a trailer park when I get over there, for fuck's sake.
Kids, get out of the fucking roadway. People trying to get through.
Yeah, what
have I told you about fucking playing in the road, you cockhead?
Exactly. Wait,
what have I told you about playing in front of old Jimbo's fucking trailer?
Oh, fuck. Oh, there's so much shit going through my mind right now when it comes to trailer parks and Yankees and shit. Fucking hell. Fuck. But coming with that too, what's wrong with the old tap water?
Oh, mate. Fucking, what was it the other day? A couple of weeks back. It was all over the news that, tap water, they've noticed that the tap water has carcinogenics in it. Motherfucker, that's what water treatment plants are for, right?
Exactly.
Okay? It's a well-known fact for years that our government puts fluoride in the drinking water.
Fucking oath it is.
Right? That it's treated.
Oh, yeah, fucking oath. It's treated to the point where it's healthy or it's good for you to drink. But then again...
Yeah, but then they're coming out with, tap water's carcinogenic. What about the 90s, bro? We used to go out the back and drink from the fucking garden hose because our mum wouldn't let us inside.
Yeah, and especially if it was on a hot summer day, you'd end up fucking, if you were an idiot and weren't experienced, you'd drink malted lava because the fucking hose used to be that fucking hot if the hot water comes through.
Yeah, you'd be drinking hot water. Burn your tongue.
Like, we're not talking about just normal hot water. We're talking about boiling water.
Like, you have to understand that this hose has been sitting in the boiling Australian sun all day. We've just turned the fucking tap on. Like, fuck yeah, get a nice fucking cold drink of water from the tap. Oh, no, it's gone through this hot fucking pipe. And you've just put it in your mouth and it's next minute hot boil. You could have a shower with it. It was so hot.
Like most Australian weather, but in the summer is like in its late 30s, early 40s in some areas, 45 in some areas. Well,
some of the places up north side of our side of Australia, it's like 50s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you turn that into Fahrenheit,
Celsius for you Americans.
If you turn that into Fahrenheit, that's like 150, 160, I think.
What is that? So Fahrenheit, 40 to 45 degrees Celsius is about 110, 120, between 110 and 120 degrees Fahrenheit, if I'm correct.
I just looked it up just then. 45 degrees in Fahrenheit, or 2 Fahrenheit, is 113 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
now if you turn that into 50 degrees, so if you're up north in the WA, it would be 122 degrees Fahrenheit. So you imagine putting that fucking water in your mouth and freaking see how you feel.
Dead set. Like, you try and turn your fucking tap on to get yourself a nice glass of cold water. Australian summertime. Nah, you gotta fucking
you gotta let that go for a minute.
You gotta pour that glass of cold water and then you've just gotta leave it on the counter until it fucking cools down or put it in the fridge for a bit. Like, if you want cold water, stick it on the bench and let it fucking cool. Okay?
Or if you're outside, just let the hose run for a minute or so, then have a drink. And if you
Yeah,
weren't,
that's if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky, because if the pipes are fucking hot too, you're fucked.
that's true too. Or if you didn't have a fucking what do you call them on the end of the hose, like a
the
wishing, yeah,
the hose attachment.
And you just had a straight hose. And this has actually happened to my mate before. If you had just an open hose and it's been there for a while, the little creepy crawlies crawl into the hose. He put his mouth. He had a fucking redback going to his mouth and crawling around his mouth, going all over his face.
Oh,
He was a big fucking thing. What made it worse?
That's fucked.
It actually was a female too, so there was like an egg sac.
I don't want to know, man. You know I'm not good with it. Stop.
But that's Australia.
I've had way too many bad experiences with spiders. Like, it's traumatized me. Shut up. Did you see that thing that I sent you today on TikTok where it's got that close up of a wolf spider?
Yeah. I loved it.
Mate, I thought it was a fucking owl.
Yeah, that's what they're like. That's what they're fucking like. And
it's still sending shivers down my spine. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, those ones you sent me today, they were fucking awesome. I love them.
But anyway, back on subject. No, the government. You have to stop watching the news. People have to stop watching the news.
Oh, the news is fucking.
Start opening your eyes, okay? They want you to believe what they want you to believe. It's conformatism. They want you all sitting around the TV at a certain time of the day so they can feed you what you should or shouldn't hear.
Well, it's like actually, like you said there. It was on the news, wasn't it? How the flu scares by the government by getting boosters and that type of shit too. Every time there's a new strain, gotta get a booster. Really, the news is a bunch of fucking fearmongers, and they just want you to be scared. They want you to be like sheep and just follow what they say, what they like, do what you say, what you do. That I was saying.
It's bullshit. I just look. We get it, okay? We've seen it all firsthand. What getting sick does. Now, Skylar, it was recommended when she first started living with us that she get flu jabs.
Yeah.
Because she had a compromised immune system. Right? First one. Now, essentially what it does is it injects you with the dead virus.
Basically, yeah.
Dead cells of the original virus, right?
Basically, yeah. Yep.
So that your body takes that information in, puts it in a filing system, makes you slightly sick so that your body knows how to fight it.
And how to, get immune to it, yeah. That's basically what the jabs are.
Yep. Skylar had a seizure, her first ever booster.
Right. Shit.
She had a seizure that night.
Wow.
It didn't cluster. It didn't accelerate. I didn't have to give her emergency seizure medication, thank fuck. But she had a seizure.
Yeah.
I didn't touch her again after that, and she still hasn't been sick.
Yeah.
She had 2 shots of the COVID for her safety. That was it. COVID never touched her. And she was in a household full of people with COVID.
Yeah. COVID was just one of those times, I think. It was fucking as bad when it comes to COVID.
Oh, and now it's all, this strain and that strain, and then a triple threat.
Yeah.
Like, what's this so-called pneumonia that has always supposedly been around, but it's only being pushed in the medias now?
See that.
It's like pneumonia, but it's not as severe as pneumonia. It's a type of pneumonia, but it's not as severe as the bad pneumonia that puts you in the hospital. Why put that out?
Like I said, fearmonger. put fear into people.
It's utter bullshit. It's like the pharmacies. That should be another episode around the pharmacies. Pharmacies creating customers, not cures. Now, here's a tip, okay? This is the best information I can give you guys. When you got the flu, you know, they always say, oh, if it's the flu, the doctors can't help you, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Stick away from your protein meats. Heavy protein meats, heavy protein meals will be heavy on your body. They will make you feel worse because your body is already fighting an uphill battle to fight an infection. If you add having to digest a protein heavy food, your body's going to struggle.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Stick to standard light carb meals, high vegetables and fruits, those kind of meals. Soups, rice and soups, spaghettis, pastas, you know, your easy to eat meals.
Yeah.
I understand that when people are sick, it's really, really fucking hard to eat, but it is something that I have taught myself long, long, long ago. No matter what, you have to keep eating.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't eat, your body doesn't have the energy it needs to sustain your body's recovery.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Drink hot drinks.
Well,
Don't drink drinks with milk. Don't drink dairy products, okay? Because dairy products, anything with dairy, makes the mucus in the back of your throat thicker. So if you're suffering from postnasal drip, if you're suffering from coughing with mucus, bronchitis, chest infections, sinusitis, tonsillitis, any of those, stay away from dairy. Dairy thickens your mucus at the back of your throat.
mm,
Drink the teas like that we suggested in previous episodes, the Twinings tea. That one is a beautiful tea. It tastes just like the old school honey lemon lozenges. It's beautiful. If you add some honey to it, it's amazing. Have a spoonful of honey. It's a natural antihistamine. If you can't have that, have a fucking antihistamine. If you have a runny nose, watery eyes, postnasal drip, swelling, blocked nose, you name it. Runny nose, blocked nose, whatever. Anything to do with the sinuses, with the eyes, ears, nose, throat.
Yep.
Take a antihistamine. If you have body aches and you're tired and you're exhausted, take a drowsy one if you're not working and you're not driving.
Yeah.
Take a drowsy type of antihistamine. Antihistamines are designed to dry up your nasal passages, bring down inflammation in the nasal passages and the sinuses in the back of the throat. And watery eyes, that's what they do. All cold and flu tablets have a combination of two things, paracetamol and phenethyl hydrochloride. Phenethyl hydrochloride is an antihistamine.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be an antihistamine that's called phenethyl hydrochloride. It could be phenethylidine.
Yeah.
Loratadine.
Oh, there's all sorts.
There's all sorts of them. I highly suggest using the liquid forms. Now, instead of purchasing fucking cold and flu tablets, have paracetamol and antihistamine. And yes, I've checked with pharmacists. You can check with them too. You can take them together.
Yes.
Provided you're not on any other medication that may interact with it. Check that with your doctor if you are on any kind of permanent medication anyway, just in case. But you can take Panadol and Nurofen together. Same with children. You can give them Panadol and Nurofen together in a situation where you have a high temperature. However, do not take ibuprofen or Nurofen, because that's an ibuprofen. Do not take ibuprofen when you have COVID. It amplifies the symptoms. You stick away from anti-inflammatories. If you want an anti-inflammatory, stick to your natural products like turmeric. Turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory.
Most definitely.
There is so much there, right? So shower every day because that gets rid of the bacteria. Open your window every day. Air out your bedroom, air out your bed. Don't stick in bed all day. Get up, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes. Make yourself a drink. Make yourself some breakfast. Air out the room. Air out your bed. Then go back to bed if necessary.
Most definitely.
Take a vitamin C tablet. You can take vitamin C tablets up to twice when you're sick. Take probiotics. It clears out gut problems and keeps your body and your immune system running. So if you've got a stomach flu or if you're on antibiotics, probiotics are the best thing for you.
Most definitely.
There's so many things that you can do that are more natural than sticking to all this fear-mongering bullshit that the government pushes on you. And there are so many other ways that you can just benefit yourself without pumping your body full of chemicals. Like when I'm sick, I very, very rarely touch antihistamines or Panadol unless I am at my peak point. And that's usually like what, day 3, 4?
Yeah, usually.
And that's if I'm having a really bad one. It's if I'm on day 4 and I'm like, oh, it's not fucking going.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. If you, depending on how sick you are, that's what you stick to, I suppose. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Honey, lemon, ginger, and garlic are your 4 biggest, most, and no, 5. We'll go vitamin C. So that could be oranges, carrots, blah, blah, blah. Those are your major. Those are your major parties that you need.
Yeah.
When you're sick. Garlic. If you get fresh garlic cloves and you slice them into pill sizes and you take them 2 to 3 hours a day, just swallow one whole, 2 to 3 hourly for the first 3 days. Yeah, you'll stink like fucking garlic after the second day, but it completely detoxifies you. It's a natural detoxification. Yes, it's safe to eat. Chinese, Japanese, all the Asian side of things, they eat fresh fucking garlic every day. They chew on it while they're eating.
So the fucking bloody Italians and all the bloody, all those ones too.
It's perfect for good digestive system, blood circulation, you name it.
It's also, olive oil is one of the good healthier things too when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Olive
in
oil
portions, it's still a fat.
But no, there's a lot of things you can use. A lot of things you can take, a lot of things you can use.
But your main ones are your ginger, your garlic,
yes,
your lemon, your honey,
yep,
and your vitamin C.
Well, it's like old nannies are telling me when I was sick. Lemon juice, honey, warm water, and a little bit of sugar.
Yeah. No, we didn't. My mum never even put sugar in mine. Mine was just lemon and honey. That was it. Just lemon and honey. It is the best thing when you're sick. I could drink so many of them when I'm sick.
I think it was
so many of them.
I think the reason why she put the sugar in was because the lemons were so fucking potent and sour.
Yeah, but that's why you add all the honey.
Yeah. But, the lemons that we used, they were fucking potent. Like, they were potent.
100%.
But really when it comes to it, right, the way that everything is basically being done in Australia. Like, I could be going on about this for hours on end, really, when it comes to it, but I'm not. The way Australia is at right this point, and the way Australia is leading and going towards, it's not going to be the Australia that we know. It's not going to be Australia.
We're all letting them take over.
Yeah. The Chinese have bought in so many stations up north. They've bought so much land. They've bought so much shit. But that's for another episode. I could probably talk about that with another. Probably bring you in for another episode, but yeah. But when it comes to our stuff, like our Vegemite and our Milos, like real quickly, I actually seen this on the news that, say, for example, for a tin of Milo, we are paying $5.50, over in different countries in the world, they're only paying $3.50. This is what we were saying there before. Why are we sending over our stuff for twice the price and they're only paying half the fucking price over there, but we're not getting the money for it? But that's basically it. That's basically when it comes to Australia and our exports. We're going to stop exporting our shit for pennies and buying back nearly 3 times as much. For us to be Australia the way we are and the way we were, and bring back the old hard yakka Aussie way and everything else the way it is.
But we just got to stop fucking being like the Americans. Stop laying down and taking it up the fucking backside.
Exactly.
Go back to the way we used to be.
Yeah. Like Australia had a reputation of we were the ones who used to get the jobs done. We were the tough ones in the world.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things that we just had to do. And we have to do it, otherwise we're just going to lose our Australia. We're going to lose the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's it for the topics. Like I said, I had a lot more I could easily bring it on, but yeah, too much time. But anyway, right now we are going with the music mashup. Right, so the music mashup.
Maddie's 80s selection today. Woo!
Yes, we've got the 80s selection. Now, I've actually have changed a couple of these because I looked them up. They weren't actually from the 80s. But, yeah, I know.
No, naughty.
Yeah, I know. But the first one I actually did do, because I actually haven't updated the list on the actual thing. So I just got to bring it up real quick, because I actually realised that one song wasn't actually a part of it.
Okay, well, why don't I get onto mine? Why don't we go with the Psycho song selection?
All right, we can do that then. We'll do the Psycho selection first. There we go. Right.
So for the 90s, that's my era. I was born in 91, just on the cusp. I was born in the 90s, and see, these are some of the songs that I remember growing up with that I still fell in love with, that I still have on my music list. And we're going to hit number 1 with To the Moon and Back by Savage Garden. Who doesn't love that one? That was one of my favorites.
Fucking Savage Garden. Fucking hell. Yeah, I remember that song so much.
I'm still trying to remember it. I still love that song. So you can be my baby. I will fly to the moon.
Typical fucking 90s music.
So you be my baby. Okay, number
90s.
2. This is an old classic that everyone from the 90s knew growing into the teenage era. Like, this was our typical laid back, chill music in the summertime. And that was Other Side by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Ooh, that one burns every single time. We've got number 3. Everyone will remember, everyone in the 90s and the early 2000s will remember the old school fucking music video that we used to see on Rage of these bunch of kids just break dancing in a fucking factory. And it's Like That by Run DMC and Jason Nevins.
Yes, I do remember that one.
That.
I do remember that one for sure.
Coming in at number 4, I could sing you the whole fucking song. I know every single song of this. Like, who didn't like the lead singer anyway with that lip piercing? I think that's another reason why I fell in love with my husband. It's the lip piercing. It was the second. It's All the Small Things by Blink-182. An absolute fucking banger of a classic. All the small things, two things. I'll take one look. Your eyes, that's it.
Yes, I do
Always.
Remember.
I know that you'll be
Shut up.
at my show. And yeah. Number 5, we've got Why Don't You Get a Job by The Offspring. I liked that one because in both verses, it was about him and then about her. So that band did a really good job at flipping it for both angles. So it wasn't, just having a go at the guy not getting a job or the woman not getting a job. It was both of them.
Yeah, it was basically, to memory, yeah.
My mate's got a girlfriend and he hates that bitch. He tells her every day. He says, man, I really gotta lose my shit in the worst kind of... Yeah. God, I fucking get into that one. I fucking belt that song out in the car. And number 6, everyone knows that the fucking early raving era of the fucking into the early 2000s for us 90s kids was this song, and that is Sandstorm by Darude. That's a fucking classic.
It is.
That's alongside the fucking Launch.
That's
okay.
Yeah, that was one of those songs. One of those. Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Now
that is the Psycho song selection for this episode. Remember, it will be available on our Spotify and our Apple Music list for the Psycho Bush Talk podcast.
Now,
over to you, Maddie.
Now, for me, I was born
Matthew, Aussie Bushman.
I was born 1989, so I was on the last years of the 80s.
Old fuck.
Yes, I am old fuck. Now,
where's your walking cane?
Fucking don't tell me, because some days I fucking want it. Now, I've gone with some of the real fucking Aussie classics here, like real Aussie pub classics. Now, the first one I've got here is called Dumb Things by Paul Kelly. Fuck, everyone knows that song. Like, that's...
Yep.
Fuck. Better by the Screaming Jets.
Nice.
Now, Beds Are Burning by Midnight fucking Oil. Man.
Yes, the Beds Are Burning by Midnight Oil. The old Peter Garrett dance. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you that aren't Australian and don't know, the lead singer of Midnight Oil, Peter Garrett, is still, if I'm correct, one of our Greens politicians.
Oh, no. I think he got out of it a couple of years ago.
I don't know, but he has... If you guys look up the Peter Garrett dance or Midnight Oil, you see his dance. It's classic, mate. I've even taught my kids how to dance like him. It's fucking classic.
Now, this next one is one of Australia's biggest classics. It is proven.
No,
if you're Australian and you don't know this song, even
if you're not Australian, because this was worldwide.
Yeah, but this just proves what Australia was.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. And that is Working Class Man by Jimmy Barnes.
Yep. Definitely fits in with today's subject.
Now...
Where's the working class man?
Did you actually, just real quickly, did you actually know the reason why he could scream so much and he actually has got one of those real high fucking things and real... is that he was actually born with an extra pair of vocal cords.
No, I didn't know that. That's like asking me, did you know Freddie Mercury actually had like a very different looking jaw and had extra fucking teeth at the back of his mouth or whatever the fuck it is? No, I don't remember history shit.
No, but I found that out just a couple of years ago. No, Freddie Mercury, he actually had vocal cords that he could go... higher with the thing. Had nothing to do with his teeth. Had nothing to do with...
Yes, it did.
You sure?
It had everything to do with his back molars.
Back molars and also his vocal cords.
It was his teeth.
And his teeth. They were big fucking molars too. They were huge teeth.
It was the way his jaw was.
But as I promised in the last episode before, that I was going to give at least one Pink Floyd song, and that is "Learning to Fly." Now, "Learning to Fly" was a big hit when it comes to Pink Floyd. That was big. And everyone knows, especially us millennials would know, this old ad by Cadbury with "In the Air Tonight" with the big gorilla by Phil Collins.
That's Damien's favourite. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on.
But I've actually on the conspiracy theory episode, I've actually got a bit of a history lesson about that song. Apparently, there's a story behind that song. But that is my song selection for the 80s.
And next week, or next episode, we'll just say, we're swapping roles, aren't we?
Oh, fuck, that's right.
I'm going to make selections from the 80s. You're going to make selections from the 90s.
Oh, jeez. The 90s weren't the best.
Oh, shut up. We're going to do it.
They weren't the best years.
Excuse me?
Oh, I will fucking say that. I will say it.
Really? Really? You didn't like Cher?
Oh, fuck no. Shit, no.
Oh,
Nah,
how dare you?
Nah,
What about Spice Girls and Aqua? Spice Girls and Aqua were the bomb. Shut the fuck up. I'm surprised I didn't choose a Spice Girls song.
I did not stand the songs of Spice Girls, but I did like the look of them.
Their songs were all about sex, Matt.
I know. Most of them were, yeah. But when you had...
They were all about sex.
But when you had a cousin who played the Spice Girls and a neighbour who played the Spice Girls, non-fucking stop, all the time. It was like fucking Hanson. That was another fucking
let me guess.
mob.
You were more into like Five.
Huh?
Or Blue. Or Backstreet Boys.
Fuck Backstreet Boys. Fuck that shit.
No, wait. Hang on, wait. Let me go back. Wu-Tang Clan.
Who?
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Nah. Nah, never listened to Wu-Tang. Never listened to the Wu-Tang. I was listening to music back in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s.
He was boring people. See, he's an old fart. He should really be in like a nursing home right now, I swear to God. Like, I enjoyed all that shit too, but like, I still enjoyed music from my own era. Like, relax.
No, don't get me wrong. I like music from your own era because
No, you don't.
Linkin Park, Korn, just to name a couple.
I'm not going to say that. I was going to say I don't think they're from the 90s. I think they're from the late 90s into 2000s. I'm pretty sure they started their first couple.
Korn started, I think, 98, 99.
See, late 90s.
Linkin Park started, I think, 2002.
You're going to have fun trying to find songs from the 90s that you like.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of songs in the 90s that I liked. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of songs. But there just were a couple of songs I just did not like at all.
Like what? Tell me.
No, I'm fucking not, because you're not fucking playing them.
Yep.
Yeah, see?
All the time. Oh, wait. I know a song. It's got to be.
What?
I've got to check this. Hang on.
Which one are you looking at?
Please tell me. What year was it? 87. Oh, I'm going to fuck you up. I found my first song.
What?
Nope, I'm not telling you because it's for the next episode. Anyway, moving on. Is it worth the money? Now, quickly.
Oh, jeez. Hang on. There you go.
Yep.
Is it worth the money?
Now, I've seen it all over TikTok a few times. Okay, we've got the Italian penicillin. Okay, everyone must have seen the Italian penicillin either on Facebook or on YouTube sometime, or TikTok. And essentially, it's using chicken stock, adding in a whole onion, whole what do you call it? Garlic cloves, some celery sticks, and a carrot, right?
Yeah.
You chuck them in there, you boil it up, and then you take those whole pieces out again. You blend them with some of the stock and some chicken bouillon cubes. Now, I've given this recipe over to my vegetarian friend. She's going to do it using vegetable stock instead of chicken stock. She's going to use veggie stock powder instead of chicken bouillon cubes. So it's essentially the same thing, just a slightly different flavor, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Right? And then once you've blended it, you pour that back into the soup, you stir it up, and then you pour it over some thick rice or quinoa or risotto or whatever, right?
Mm.
And it's meant to make you feel better when you're sick. It's what all the Italians do, apparently. Now, I tried it the other night. Best fucking soup ever. Fucking mint. Definitely worth it.
Very good. Yes.
Now, I will triple confirm that next time, because my poor mother and father are very, very crook currently with what we think is the super flu that's going around. And he heated that up tonight for them to have. So fingers crossed it makes them feel a bit better. Now, next, everyone has seen this recipe that is self-raising flour and Greek yogurt.
Oh yeah.
To make a pizza dough, right?
You can make all sorts of shit with that, yeah.
Yeah, it is tried, it is tested, it is thumbs up approval from me and my children. It is worth the money. And in today's crisis with our budgeting costs and issues, it is the best cost alternative for pizza, and it's so healthy. It's so good. Now, what I did, if you want to add a little extra to it, is I did what I saw on the videos. I added a little mozzarella to the outer edge, and then I curved the edge over, and it was good. It was good.
Yes, I remember
the kids for a chat. Yes, you remember it, don't you?
I remember actually because you were on the phone to me as you were cooking them.
Yeah.
And I said, right, well, what do you reckon? And you just went, oh, fuck, you went cross-eyed.
Like dead set. It gives off a sourdough flavour.
Well, that's the Greek yogurt. Gives that little sour.
Yeah, it gives off a sourdough flavour, and it's just so yum. And you didn't feel like gross heavy afterwards.
Yeah. No,
it was just so good. And the kids, this is actually a pizza in which they finished all of its contents for a change.
Shit, really?
Yeah. So definitely, like I said, worth the money. Now, quickly, meal planning, budgeting, and online shopping. Okay. Now, this is something that I've been gonna go over a few times, so I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can. This is tried, this is tested. Maddie has done it. I've given it to dozens of other people to try. In today's cost crisis, give it a go. Comment on the Facebook if you try it and it works for you. One day a week, when you get your lump sum in to do your weekly shop, sit down with your family. Write down, say you get paid on a Monday. Write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Each day, put a meal down. Say to your family, what do we want to eat on this night? And find a meal. Find a meal to make, either a meal that you've made before, like pumpkin soup or steak and chips. Just write the meal down. Then make your shopping list with said menu. That way you are purchasing only the ingredients that you need to last that week of food.
Yep.
You're not wasting produce. You can get, if they're on special, little extras here, there, and everywhere, right? If you have to go into, when you make your shopping list, you make your shopping list just for those items. Then you walk around the house and go, okay, do we need cat food? Yes. Do we need shampoo? Yes. Do we need this? No. Do we need this? Yes. Get your essentials, get your items, buy them in bulk if you can, when you can. Now, with kids' snacks, I have a big giant storage box that I fill up.
Yeah, I've seen that
every
too.
week. Every week, and it never runs out. It is the best way that on some weeks where we can't afford it or it's not necessary because the snack box is full, it saves us that bit of extra money when it comes to like feeding the kids over the holidays with little snacks in between. But anyway, moving on. So you make your list. If you have a list, you're gonna buy what's on the list. You're not gonna deviate. Stick to online shopping. Please, 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 I'm begging you, try it. Stick to online shopping for click and collect. Okay? It reduces the urge to purchase away from your list. Because when you're walking around the shops, you're going to pick out stuff.
Temptation.
You're going to pick out stuff that you want that you don't necessarily need.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing an online shop, you're less likely to.
Most definitely, because I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
I'm always...
However, what I will say, if you have no option but to go into the shop, there is a way to work this to your benefit. You say you've got $350. We'll go with today's prices in Australia. Say you've got $400 to get everything you need for an entire week. You know, you need nappies, you need formula, blah blah blah, all those things. Yep, cool.
Basically, a family
no problem.
budget. A family budget of today. Basically.
A family of four. A family of four is about $400.
Yeah.
Okay. And
true.
anyone who says no, it costs more than that, bullshit. It costs me $360 per week for a family of me, my husband, and we have 5 children that live in the house 24/7.
Exactly.
And two of which that come intermediately. And on those weeks, yeah, it's about $400, $450. And that's a big family.
Well,
okay. That's just the extra meat itself. But let's say $400. You pull your phone out, put your phone to some good use for a change. Pull your phone out. Put in $250 into your phone. If you've got a budget of $400, put $250 into your phone. Go to the back of the store. Go all the way to the back of the store. Don't start at the front because that's where they get you. Start all the way at the back of the store. And you go to the cat food. You go, right, I need 4 cat tins. Cross that off. Minus, it's $1.60 per tin. Minus $1.60, minus $1.60, minus $1.60, minus $1.60. Right, and do that. Just minus everything. Don't add anything. Minus it. Okay? When you get down to $50, you go, okay, how much more shopping do I need? Right? We're going to run it down to $20. Okay, $20. Right. Now I need another 50. Add 50 on top. Run that down. If you need to add another 50, add that 50 on top. Guarantee once you get to $350, you won't need any more. And you'll have an extra $50 sitting there, which then you can go around and you can pick up your little treats.
Exactly. And
it works. It is fucking foolproof. Ask Matthew. Ask anyone who has ever done it for me.
Now,
from my budgeting skills, I have helped people that have never had a cent put away to them put thousands of dollars away just using my method. Check your quantities. against your quality. Okay. Like at one point, we were trying to decipher whether it was the right time to pull my son, Stuart, off of his lactose free formula at one stage and go on to normal lactose free milk. Now, me and my husband stood there in the middle of the shops and went, right, how many bottles per tin do we get? Right, how many grams is per tin? Okay. So if we get X amount of bottles per tin, that's X amount of mils, which equals X amount of liters. This carton, this entire box carton of UHT lactose-free milk costs X amount. It turned out that it was costing us $15 less.
Well and truly.
Sorry, I'm being too modest. $10 less every single week to get an entire carton, and it would last us longer. Actually, it would last us 2 weeks instead of 1 week.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying you need to check your quality, your quantity, your cost to your gram percentage, and really think about your numbers.
Oh yeah, well and truly. Well and
Because
truly.
I'm telling you from experience, for years it has worked. It is worth the money. And Matt, you may press the button if you agree. There you go. You've heard it first. He's tried it. He's saved money. He agrees.
And also, too, guys, just to save yourself a bit more money, too, like from experience from me, don't buy brands. Don't buy the fancy brands.
Don't be ashamed to buy your Coles brand or your Woolies brands, because the only reason they're called Coles brand is because they weren't perfect to be a brand.
Yeah,
like the Nutella, right? I think we've gone through this on an episode before. The Nutella, you pay 3 times the amount for half a pot compared to buying the Coles brand, which is the exact same taste, tastes fucking identical, but because in Nutella's eyes it wasn't perfect, Coles rebranded it under theirs at half the price, at twice the quantity.
Well, that's the whole thing. When it comes to anything that's Coles brand or anything like that, or home brand or whatever you want to call it, or I'm going back now, savings.
Oh, black and gold.
Black and gold and savings. You remember savings? That was basically...
the old home brand.
Yeah, it was home brand, savings, black and gold, all that type of shit. They were basically the offcuts of the major brands. Now, the whole thing is that if you want to buy a specific brand, buy it if you want. But don't go necessarily buying all the big fancy brands, because it's not going to cost you less if you buy the fancy brands. It's actually going to cost you fucking more. Like, well and truly more. Like, I think there was at one stage I was buying, what was it? It was butter. Like, Western Star butter will get you $5.50 for a good sized tub. Buy home brand.
There was no need for it.
But if you buy home brand or Coles brand, I think it's like $2.50.
Look, there's no fucking difference.
No, not really.
There's no fucking difference. At the end of the day, they both give you the same kind of cholesterol. And
that's the whole thing too. Now, me, coming from a dairy farm family, especially in Australia, we've got this brand called Farmhouse, and then we've got Coles brand or Woolworths brand. Trust me when I say there's no fucking difference. It comes from the same fucking cow, so don't worry about it. The only difference is if you want to get that organic shit or the fucking cream on top shit, yeah, whatever. There's no real fucking difference when it comes to milk. But yeah, it has worked for me. It has worked, especially when I was up north for those 7 weeks. That saved me a lot of money. I was able to get more fuel from my chainsaws and shit. So I was able to get me little things here and there.
Yep.
It definitely fucking works. Most definitely.
It does, always. Can fucking guarantee it.
But yeah, that's worth. Is it worth the money?
Yep.
Now, when it comes to everything else, when it comes to Pond 5, we got to give credit to Pond 5, and I will be going back to Pond 5 for those new episodes that we have talked about, especially for the conspiracy theory
we're
ones.
Gonna need some like the conspiracy theory ones. Like we've got to get some fucking alien.
Yeah,
like we've got to get some like
and the whole thing is too.
Do you know what?
What?
Do you know what? I wonder if, and this is going to put a challenge on Pond 5. They've got like a bong noise, like a like the old bong sound, like.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Like the packing and like smoking back a bong noise, because like we could like change subjects by going.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. No, fucking oath. Oh yeah, no bloody oath. We could easily do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the episodes, I will be going to Pond 5, and this is the other thing too,
100%.
guys. Me and Psycho here, we have been talking, but we just haven't got around to it. We are actually going to be changing some of the soundboard.
Oh, yes.
Like, we have been trying to get this done for a while, but we've just been flat out. We've been doing shit all the time. We really got to sit down one day and fucking just do it. And also too, we're also going to be changing the intro, not the music, just the intro, because we've done some episodes now, and we're going to be nitpicking through all the episodes, all the funny bits, all the good bits, and put them into one big giant fucking intro for you.
Oh yeah.
And but yeah, we're going to do
a lot of things. A lot of things are going to be changing.
Yes, a lot of things are going to be changing, and also too, guys, I will actually say to you now, there is actually a date. I will say this now, there is actually going to be a date that me and Amanda are going to be doing our first live very soon in October.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to be live? That's
Why
a little
not?
dangerous.
Yes.
What if I say the wrong thing?
We are going to do it's either going to be on Twitch or it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be one or the other.
Or Discord. Could be Discord.
We're actually going to do a
or
live.
Or it could just be on TikTok, but we'll probably get banned.
No, we're not doing a fucking TikTok, because you know what happened last time? We were fucking 5 minutes and then bastard fucking banned us.
Bunch of losers.
But I'm heading over to Western Australia on the 7th of October. I'm making the great drive over to Western Australia. And pay attention to my TikTok, because I'm going to be doing some lives, I'm going to be doing some videos and everything else. So it's going to be fucking awesome. But
fair enough.
So yeah, when it comes to Pond 5, we are going to be doing a lot of things. Our credits for Pond 5 is fucking good shit. They are great to deal with when it comes to music, videos, and effects and everything like that. Once you buy your tracks, you've got the rights to it. You've got everything that you need for it, the right to use for anywhere you want. Make sure you put the credits down of what the track you buy. Blah, blah, blah. You know the rest, guys.
Yeah, you guys know the rest. Pond 5 has everything you need. Literally, it's an all-in-one package.
Yeah, and
what are you doing? Pay attention.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll also see you later, and hooroo from the guru. And yeah, okay.
We'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for joining us. Sorry it's taken so long. We will be regular from now on. Much like your daily fiber intake. Keeping you regular.
Anyway, guys, we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Catch you guys.
Bye.
Bye.